You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Dean Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AFTERBUZZ TV's Project Runway After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Project Runway After Show.
Hi, guys. Hi, Alina. Hi. So, you guys, Bing is for doing, and here at AFTERBUZZ TV, we're doing another Project Runway Season 10, Episode 2, Candy Couture recap.
Yay.
But before we get started on all the sweet details of tonight's show, no pun intended.
Cute. Nice.
I'm going to introduce myself. I'm Alina, and I'm a super fan of Project Runway, hopefully just like you guys. And my lovely co-host, go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Hi, I am Lauren Leonelli, and I am super excited to be hosting the show. I love it. So into it.
Yes, me too. My name is Lauren Mendoza, back from last week. And to differentiate, we've decided you guys can call me Lo. That's what my friends call me. So yeah, I'll go by that.
Perfect.
Since we're going to be together for a while.
I know, the Lauren's in action.
Serious.
Yep,
Love
L
it.
squared, you guys.
Yeah.
And I have to mention, Courtney's not here today. We miss her.
Yes.
But hopefully she'll be back soon, you guys.
She'll be watching too.
Yep. But we have a lot to get into, ladies. Today was a really fun, yet pretty challenging episode.
Very
right?
challenging.
Definitely.
So topic number 1 for us is the actual challenge.
Yes.
And what do you guys think? Personally, I thought it was amazing because we saw all the contestants
Yes.
go to Dylan's Candy Bar where
Yes.
they bought all their materials for tonight's show.
Yes.
Candy.
Yes.
Yeah, this was the transformation challenge. So they were supposed to take something that wasn't obviously material, textile, and make it into to look like fabric or to look like, textiles. And
Yes.
I thought it was awesome.
Yeah, I think so too. I've always kind of loved this challenge just in all the past seasons.
Yeah.
The unconventional materials challenge, I think was what
Oh, yeah,
they
that's-
referred to
that
it.
is what it was called,
Yeah.
yes.
And it was really interesting to see. I thought the difficult part would be going into this candy shop and knowing how much candy to get. And for me, probably to not eat the candy because I think that would be really
That would be hard.
It would.
But that would be really difficult when you're used to working with fabrics and measurements.
Right.
How do you do that with candy?
Knowing how much candy to pick is 100% like super hard. And also Alina and I were kind of like whispering through it. We're like, and then where do you start? Like what color? It's all color coordinated
Right.
in Dylan's Candy Bar. So all the red candies are like in one section and then it goes in like rainbow order. Where do you do a
What-
mixture? Do you,
Right.
yeah.
You mentioned that what color, what texture, which
Right.
candy, Twizzlers,
Weight.
licorice, rock
Yeah,
candy.
Wait,
Yeah.
it seemed overwhelming
Right.
to me.
Exactly. And
sorry,
just
it
so you
was.
guys know the details in case you missed it, the budget was $250, but Dylan Lauren, who actually started this, Ralph Lauren's daughter,
Yes.
she gave them 50% off. So really they got $500 worth of candy. They had 1 day to create, which is not a lot of time.
They only had a half hour in the store.
Correct.
Right? Was that what it was?
You're
It was a half
exactly
hour,
right.
yeah.
And
So-
they didn't really have time to prepare for that because they showed up to the candy store and were told what the challenge was. It wasn't like they had 30 minutes to sketch and kind of curate their ideas.
No.
Which
They had to go
that's
straight. Yeah.
difficult.
Yeah.
It's really difficult. Imagine not only conceptualizing what you're going to do, picking your materials out of a crazy candy bar.
So I'm telling
Yeah.
you, I thought it seemed overwhelming. And you know what I liked about this? That they when after they created all their looks and stuff, then they went into the hair and makeup, and they were using all L'Oreal hair and makeup products. And again, Alina and I were like, oh my gosh, I use that hairspray. I use that, the voluminous mascara, L'Oreal.
Carbon Black, you guys.
The best ever, ladies.
The secret.
The best ever.
And a good deal.
Oh my God. And a good deal. So I like to buy my products on Amazon.com. And if you want to buy the L'Oreal hair and makeup that you saw on this episode, you should go on AFTERBUZZTV.com first and then click on the Amazon banner, and that way you can shop, still buy and look at all the same products on Amazon that you would if you had just gone straight to the site. But if you go through AfterBuzz TV first, we get a little kickback. It helps us out. It doesn't cost you any money. It's like really no extra effort at all, and we really appreciate that here, that you kind of just go through us first. And it's an awesome site, Amazon, and I think when you go through AfterBuzz TV, it's even like cooler. You get to see all our stuff.
Yeah.
That's true.
We love the support, you guys, and any little thing you can do. Honestly, you need to try the voluminous mascara anyways.
Yeah.
So just do us the favor.
Kill two birds with one stone.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
So let's move on, ladies, because tonight's episode was packed. Workroom.
Yes.
All right. First, I want to mention the drama.
I mean,
Gunnar and Chris, these two boys are just at it with the little
know,
nitpicking, right?
Gunner's a little snotty.
He's a little
No?
catty.
No?
Catty.
Yeah.
100%.
I would agree with the cattiness and snotty, but I'd say he's immature too. He's always.
Well, he
Yeah.
is. I think he is the youngest one, or one of the youngest ones.
I think he is, yeah.
And he acts like it. Let's face it. He acts
does
like
act
it.
like it.
I like how he said that he thinks Chris feels threatened by him.
Yes.
Because everything we're seeing is him really picking on Chris. Like Chris doesn't.
It's like projection.
Exactly.
All Chris said was that he's the evil twin and
Right.
he's the good twin.
Yes.
And I kind of see that right
of
now.
agree.
I agree.
Totally.
But besides the drama, we really saw these contestants either shining in the workroom or having a lot of trouble.
And who were we not surprised to see have some trouble, Lanty?
Man,
I mean,
Lanty.
that girl, her whole like, oh, I just work in like off of a whim, and I just kind of
Right.
like, I go with the flow. And like this time it really ended up like hurting her too, like it did the first challenge. And she just totally like had this dress going, and then she completely started over. And same with Andrea, she did the same thing.
Right.
And her, I am sorry, but how the heck did she make it in with that dress? We can get to that later in the critique. I'm just saying,
I don't
I just
know.
have to say.
Right.
But
Anybody
yeah.
else you guys noticed that didn't do so well? Like at least when Tim came and he critiqued, I know he critiqued Lanty.
Yes.
Andrea.
Yes. And Andrea, yeah, that was brutal.
Andrea, yeah, he made some really. I think Andrea was the one that he was the most brutal with.
Yeah.
He said he couldn't even describe how underwhelmed he was.
Yes, that's what he said.
And I thought that was so true. Her concept, the apron, was just so simple and
Right.
not creative at all.
And he said it was like messy, like, and you could tell because it was the
It
dot
was.
candies and none of the seams lined up. So you could really see the like not symmetrical aspect of the dots not lining up. Like it literally looked like something that like a 5-year-old would put
Yeah.
together.
Did it together.
It wasn't creative at all.
He called it a crafty project.
It was.
And I couldn't put it better because
yeah.
didn't it look like somebody took
Totally.
a glue gun and just went,
Right. Speaking
I
of
think
glue
that's what
gun
she
and the
said.
drama with
Yes. Elena.
Elena. The glue
Yeah.
gun, I am sorry, it's hot, right? Glue guns are hot.
All right, you guys, help us out.
It doesn't
How
bring
many
you
of
to
use
tears.
A glue gun. It's not that serious, right?
It's not that hot, and it's not like a whole tub of glue spilled on her body. It was like a little on her finger and a little on her thigh, and she was hysterical.
And you guys at home, if you don't know what we're talking about, Elena, she
Yes.
got some glue on her thigh
Yes.
From a
and her
hot glue
finger.
gun.
Yes.
From a hot glue gun.
and she was hyperventilating. She was crying.
Right.
I think
Yeah.
a medic was
Yes,
treating
they
her
brought
in the
on a medic.
bathroom.
Yeah.
You guys, was it that serious?
No, and they never even
No.
showed like anything, probably because there wasn't anything to show.
There was no
It
scar,
it was a
probably no anything.
Very
But-
dramatic.
Wouldn't you guys agree that we all said it was the pressure?
I think she was crying because she was stressed out, and then she was like losing time because she
Right.
wasn't in there like gluing. And they were all using the glue gun, and they were all complaining about it being hot on their fingers because they all had to attach the candy via the glue gun. But I mean, she dripped a little, and it was like the end of the
Yeah.
world.
Well, Tim also kind of critiqued her. She had the macaroni dress, and it was
yeah.
very
Right.
monotone.
Yes,
The pina
With-
colada licorice.
Yes, that's what she-
and mouse pads.
for the
I kind of love
shoulders.
that. Yes, I thought that was a little hysterical. But yeah, the monochromatic dress. He definitely was.
Yeah.
He didn't actually give her negative feedback because I
No.
think at that point he couldn't change it.
It was-
and he told her the same thing. He said, "Well, you can't worry about color right now. You have to kind of commit and go with it. You have a monochromatic dress, own it."
Yeah.
So
because she said,
what's
she's
he
like,
gonna do?
I'm a little worried about the lack of color, which she claims she always does like very simple color anyway. But he looked at her the items that she got from Dylan's Candy Bar and was like, oh, you can't do anything about it. Everything's cream.
Right.
It was just a terrible color. It wasn't. I think she wanted nude out of it.
Yeah, maybe.
Like
Right.
a pretty trendy. It was just.
It didn't
blah.
did not translate.
And
No.
like they said, we'll see later. It looked like macaroni.
It did.
But
there
Tim,
was. Oh, go ahead.
Tim was impressed by some people. I'm sorry.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
There was a lot of positive feedback.
Yes.
Sanji, I like how he compared hers to sea glass,
Yes.
and he told her right off the bat that she has an opportunity for a wow moment.
Yes.
And I think I saw that, and even Ben noticed it in the workroom. He
Yeah.
recognized her as now being his competition.
And they were spot on, right? Like they ended
Right.
up being the top two. And in the workroom, you could tell from
Exactly.
the get go, like who was gonna surface towards
Right.
the top. And Ven, I think, and Sanji were like the obvious front runners.
You could tell from the beginning in this challenge, they not only had the best dresses, but they were pretty much done when Tim was there.
And the structure was so nice. Yeah, they were done. They were
The
very
can-
far along.
The candy dresses fit.
Totally.
How do you get a candy dress to fit?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Kind of
They're
amazing.
geniuses.
Really impressed by that. And let's see, anything else in the workroom that we're missing?
I think with
Kuon, you guys.
Yes.
I'm
Oh.
Team Kuon. I love him. I just
You
want to
are.
mention him. He is so funny. He's a character. He was
funny.
stressed when Tim was talking to him, and what was he doing?
he was trying to
He
like
was just trying to
be
translate it.
zen.
He was
and
trying to
kind
be
of-
zen,
right?
and then he got a little further along in the workroom, and he sort of had completed that top like color blocking thing that he did, and the other designers started to notice. They thought they really liked it, so a couple of them, like Buffy, they went over and they're like, "Oh, it looks really good," and he was like,
Right.
"Thank you."
You're
Welcome, Chris made fun of.
It was he is such a character.
Yes.
He's awesome.
Such
I
a
love
character.
Team Kuon. And then, but he used cotton candy.
Yes. That's what I was
And
going
all
to say. There was a
shrunk.
lot of drama towards the end of the workroom, as there normally is when you're
Yes.
getting closer and closer to the deadline.
Yes.
And that was a really sad moment.
It was
And
all that hard work.
Yeah.
I know.
So he got, he came in the next morning and the cotton candy had shriveled.
Yes.
And Alina had the same issue with hers.
Oh, no, Buffy did.
Buffy.
Oh, Buffy. I'm
yes.
sorry.
No.
Sorry.
But they
Yeah.
realized that you have to eat cotton candy shortly after you take it out of the package because
Right.
all it is just spun sugar. And so it kind of just like flattens
Dissolves.
and dissolves.
And
And they had come
shrivels.
back to their dissolved
Flattened.
cotton candy. But when they picked the cotton candy out in the store during the challenge, like the beginning of the challenge, I was like, oh, great idea, cotton candy. I didn't even think about that either.
Yeah.
Because
I
I thought,
kind of had a worry
But-
I
about
didn't
that.
either.
yeah. Anyway.
But
When
you
you
know
touch
what?
it, it can
that's true.
kind of dissolve.
He kind of freaked out, but he got it together. He replaced the cotton candy.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's what you need to do on this kind of a challenge.
You have to roll with the punches.
You can't make excuses, as we'll see.
Like
and
Lanty.
Right. Another moment that we should probably mention was with Andrea. After getting that bad critique from Tim Gunn, she decided to just completely cut apart her dress.
Yes.
And she got really emotional, didn't know what to do. And when I was watching that, I kind of, even though I thought it was awful, I kind of was thinking she should stick to her guns. She should stick to her idea. That was her idea. She should kind of go with it if she couldn't come up with something else. And that's what she ended up doing.
And it worked for her because
She loved it.
She stayed. She
liked
didn't
it.
get in the she wasn't in the bottom like we thought she would be. She
Right.
kind of I mean, she fixed the back of the dress, but she basically still did the candy dot thing in the front. Like,
Right.
I mean, I didn't like it, but
No.
they snuck by.
End
so.
of the day, though, you guys, like you mentioned, she had something that was more complete and well thought out
Yeah.
compared to other people, as we'll see.
Correct.
Yeah.
But even she didn't, once she actually did it, she kind of prepared herself to be going home.
She said that. Yeah.
She was like, I'm going to go with what I originally thought, but it might get me kicked out. And she was kind of prepared to
the
not be there
risk-
the next day.
That's the risk you take.
But she went for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and later on in the show, people are going to come across that a lot because they're putting themselves out there, and
Yeah.
you really
On a
have to
time.
believe in what you're doing
Yeah.
and do it well because otherwise you're gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you guys, I just want to mention before we move on to the runway, because we got a lot to talk about, we do this show for you guys. We're super fans of the show, just like you. This is our 3rd season, and we really, really appreciate any comments and feedback you can give us on iTunes. Rate us. We're doing this show for you guys, so we want to hear what you have to say.
Absolutely.
You know, if you don't want us talking about one thing, let us know. If you like what we're doing, let us know. If you hate something, let us know.
If you disagree with us, let us know. I mean, fashion is so subjective. You know, somebody loves something, somebody hates it. So it'd be good to kind of get feedback and see.
And shout out your comments too. We'd love to shout out your comments and be interactive with you too.
Yeah, you guys, you're on iTunes. It takes a second. We really appreciate it. Tell a friend. Honestly, I can't say it enough.
Yes.
So thanks. All right, let's move on to the runway, though.
Yay.
So much to talk about. Before this runway started, I was really excited because I wanted to see which dresses looked like legitimate couture dresses or just beautiful gowns, or I mean, not
That
gowns,
didn't look like
dresses or
candy.
outfits that didn't look like candy, right?
Exactly.
Things that I
there was
actually
a
wanted to
few.
wear.
There were a few.
Yes.
There were.
So what do you guys think stood out?
Okay, I have to jump in here. It was Dimitri's dress. Now, he didn't make it into the top, the top 3 even, which I thought 100% he should have. But his dress was like a black top, and then the skirt. I didn't notice a lot of candy on the top, and maybe that's why he fell in the middle, because he didn't utilize the entire textiles that he had to cover in candy. But he made the most beautiful skirt out of, it looked like black jelly beans. They must have been gold and red, because they were all perfectly round, so they looked like beads. And he was the only one out of all of the designers to give his garment movement. He made like a fringe mini skirt, and it was insane. Like, I was floored when that thing walked out. All of us were. When it walked down the runway, we were like, oh, I'm sorry. I thought he was awesome.
You could see that in the store. I was just going to say, you could totally see that in the store. You know what it reminded me of? He, in last week's episode, in the first episode, talked about how he used to be a professional ballroom dancer.
Yes.
And that was kind of what inspired him to go into fashion, was the costume. I could see that. I could see that on a ballroom dancer.
Looked a little cha-cha-cha-ish.
Movement,
Moving, shaking.
wearable,
Totally wearable, and did not look like candy.
not like candy, but he still, he could have utilized more, but he obviously, all that beading was candy. I don't know what kind of candy, because unfortunately they didn't show a close-up. But it was really well done.
It was gorgeous.
Yeah. I completely agree. Who else stood out for you guys, Lo?
Oh, gosh. Well, Gunnar, who was the first one to come out, I actually liked his design, the black and white with the black skirt at the waist. I liked the structure to it. I thought it looked really well made. And it looked like he put a lot of thought into it. He actually also had the accessories. He did, I think, the licorice black earrings. He put the Dylan's candy bar, Dylan's candy stripe, I guess, around the shoe.
Yeah.
Right. And he put a lot of thought into it, and I thought he did well.
And you're right. Gunnar's dress was really cute. And it looked like something that could be hanging out in the store today, right?
Totally. And that peplum skirt thing that they've been doing, like, it comes
So
out and then it
cute
goes
and
into a
flattering.
pencil. It's very flattering. I almost just bought one today. Well, that looked like that. And I totally agree. I thought it was an awesome fit and awesome structure.
Really cute. And let me see. Who did I like? I liked Melissa's outfit. They didn't talk much about it. But it was a
hers.
top and a bottom. It looked like leather.
Yes.
Really edgy, really cute, young.
Yeah. And she used the silver twist ties for the bags to connect the leather, leather
strap.
strings, so that it looked like metal, like grommets almost.
candy
which was
leather.
like crazy inventive that she even thought to use the twist ties. Like, that's utilizing every possible material in front of you.
And she stayed true to herself.
Totally.
It was totally her style, but really cute.
I liked hers too. I'm surprised that she didn't get put in the top either.
You know what, you guys? There was a lot of people that did a really good job, right?
I think so.
Considering they used freaking candy.
Yeah.
I liked Nathan's, even he had the bubble skirt that he mentioned weighed 20 pounds.
The chocolate hearts.
Yeah. But the only thing, I thought it was very obvious that his model was carrying it. Kind of. Like, you could see that she was gripping the bottom. Yeah. But I thought it looked really cool, and it looked like fashion. It looked like something you could see on a runway.
It was very high fashion runway. Not at all like close to ready to wear, but it was like kind of whimsical and fun. And they even mentioned that in this challenge, that this is a candy challenge. Like, it's supposed to be fun. That's kind of the problem that they had with the cream
Elena's?
liquish dress,
Right.
Elena's dress, that they said,
Right.
you know what? Yeah, we know that you like monochromatic and we know that you like really structured, but this is a candy challenge. Like if you can't translate that look into something that like it looks a little more fun, then how can you?
How can you be boring with candy?
Right, that's what I'm saying. So
Elena
I
did
liked
it.
I liked that the chocolate heart dress kind of did that because I didn't necessarily
Right.
think I would want to wear it, but he got the idea of the challenge
Right.
with the fun, whimsical candy, Candyland thing.
And I think that's the only reason Andrea actually made it too.
Yeah.
Because if you saw the back,
Right.
it was crazy and
She used
I
the
did not
umbrella.
like it.
She used the umbrella material for the back of the dress as well, just like Lanty.
no.
But she didn't use. Yeah, I didn't. Like
it was bad. I didn't like it either, but at
didn't.
least it was fun.
She tried.
Colorful, I suppose.
I guess whatever.
I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
like
I'm
it.
not
I
a
can't
fan.
even say anything good about it.
Not a
Dun,
fan.
dun, dun.
Right.
Yeah. Nah.
Another dress that we both liked, Alina and I both liked, and Lauren, I don't know what you thought about it, but it was Fabio's dress. It was the blue dress.
Candy.
It had the V back, and then the skirt was like the blue ombre.
Ombre.
look.
I
I
like.
thought it was pretty.
I thought it
Like the
did not look
colors.
like candy.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that
Yeah.
it really did not look like candy to me.
I guess from far away, it kind of felt like a Monet to me. Like from far away, it was
Probably.
okay, and then you get up all close, like it would show it up close, and then I was like, oh, it looks a little messy. But
Right.
I did like the. Yeah, but I did like the ombre though, and that is very like now the ombre. So I
Right.
thought that was good.
And last person I want to mention that didn't get worse or best was Raul's dress. The top was beautiful. Even Tim mentioned it in
Yes.
the workroom. I didn't love the huge space in between
No, the
the
midriff.
abdomen.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Didn't
he
like
could have kept that a little smaller
Yeah.
and it would have worked out better, but he did put a lot of effort into it. It was
Right.
pretty.
Well,
and-
yeah, I think anybody that used those sour belts, I mean, even like Buffy's, I didn't like it, but it was very intricate, the weave that she did with them.
Right.
And I think the same with that. It was very, he kind of weaved it together. And then he made those little
Yeah, the
rosettes.
circles.
And it was, but yeah, I didn't, the midriff, bearing the midriff was very like 1994 to me.
I
It
was
was just too much.
disappointed. I was disappointed because I felt like when you saw him starting that look in the workroom, I was like, ooh, that looks like it's going to be really good. And I was really excited about it. And then I saw it come down the runway, and you're right. Like, I didn't like the cutoff top.
The midriff
And I
was
did
not
not
good.
like
That's
the
the only bad
skirt.
thing. Yeah.
I didn't like the skirt.
Really?
Yeah.
It was
I didn't
okay.
mind the skirt. It wasn't
Well, I don't
terrible
like
to
it.
me.
I'm just saying the midriff was very 1994.
I think I was just expecting, watching it in the workroom, I think I was expecting it to be
Yes.
beautiful.
Me
Yeah.
too. I
And
agree.
didn't
Because the
see
top
that.
was really pretty.
Right. The neckline.
Yeah.
I liked it. I liked the back too. Sorry, guys.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
gonna
okay.
have to.
It's okay. You're entitled to your opinion.
All right, you guys. So let's go with the bad news first.
Yeah.
Worst.
Oh my
All
gosh.
right, the three people that the judges chose as the worst were Buffy, Lanty, and Elena.
Yes.
All right, you guys. Let's start with Buffy.
She was all over the place. It was wild.
I don't like her taste.
Well,
No.
I don't like her taste either. But they described her look as toddlers and tiaras.
Yes.
It looked like a toddlers and tiaras, and it
Yes.
did. It really did. It looked like those little big hoop skirts that the girls come out and they can't really like walk straight. I don't know. I didn't like it. I never
5-year-old going to a birthday party.
didn't like it.
Atrocious styling.
Atrocious styling.
Atrocious styling.
I think Michael Kors even made like a homeless reference.
Yes.
Well, look, she
It was
styled
just
that
bad
girl
all
had
around.
her model had a lollipop and a purse and bangles,
Right.
pink hair, and then the nest in the.
Pink head to toe.
It
I
was
liked Nina Garcia's comment. Pink explosion of messiness.
Yes.
That's so
It
spot
was
on.
Putting it nicely.
It was messy. That's a very good way to describe it. I'll leave it at that. Messy for me.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, simple is less is more, you guys.
I agree.
Less is
Right.
more, and she did the exact opposite,
Yeah.
and she paid for it.
Yep.
She might have thought she was doing something really great because it was a candy challenge.
Yeah.
And I just think she took it a little too far.
got away from
And
her.
you're right, she does have kind of that wild, out there taste.
Yeah.
I think she took it a little bit too far.
Overstyled.
Agreed.
You know, it can be fun. I get it. It's candy, but just
Yeah.
oof.
Yeah.
Should have.
All right, Elena is next. She had the monochromatic, very structured, big shoulder
Right.
dress.
Right.
And she used the pina colada
Pina
licorice.
colada
Yeah.
licorice and mouse
which
pads.
was very cream
It
yellow,
was
Right.
yeah.
very bad color.
Well,
Right.
they all said that they thought the judges, like collectively, kind of thought it was an obvious design choice for her because it was very structured and monochromatic, and it looked like the what she kind of models her look off of like fencing
Yeah.
attire
Right. That's
costume.
true.
And so that was very obvious that it was her design.
Correct.
But Michael Kors described it as rigatoni Mad Max. And that to me made me laugh out loud because we all said while we were watching it, oh, that licorice is kind of looking like noodles, like pasta.
Right.
And then Heidi said the same thing. It reminds me of my children's art projects with the noodles. So
They also mentioned it was
that's so funny.
They also mentioned that it just wasn't pretty. The structure, the fit. It was. I get that she's trying to go for that edgy, like tough look,
Right.
which the androgynous look.
Yes.
But it's just not translating.
It wasn't.
She looked. They referred to her dress like a something, or made the girl look like a guy.
Or like
Heidi
a dude.
said-
The model
Right.
looked like
It
a
looks
dude.
like a dude. That's
Heidi
what she
said
said.
she
Because it was so boxy.
Yep.
But you know what? I felt like when I saw it, it looked almost exactly like what she did last week, but a lighter color and shorter.
Yeah.
Like she did the same shoulder structure on her outfits last week. And I thought, it would have been nice to see her do something different.
Yeah. I like
You
the
know?
structured shoulder, but it was like too
much.
much.
Too
Yeah,
much.
Too much.
I like Elena. I think she has a lot of potential, but she can't stick to that same thing. You know, we know you like the monochromatic. We know you like the structured, but we need to see something
We
different.
need to see it translate into other forms, but
Right.
still look like it's her.
Be more
Exactly.
creative.
We'll see if she can do that next
Yeah.
week.
And last but very least is Lanty.
I am sorry, but I do not like her, and it's not because I don't like her style. I do not like her attitude. Her like holier than thou, like excuse
High
up
and
the-
mighty.
Yeah, I don't
Very
like that.
arrogant.
Right. A lot of
know,
rolling of the eyes.
She has no
like that.
humility. Like they're judging you. These people are a renowned designer,
Right.
freaking model,
Nina Garcia.
Nina Garcia.
Fashion editor.
I mean,
Yeah.
they described her look as really just, they really did not
Mm-hmm.
like that she didn't transform the fabric. And you basically just took the umbrella. Well, she changed her mind in the middle of the challenge anyway. And like she was creating something that I don't even remember. And then all of a sudden
Mm-hmm. Correct.
she took the umbrella fabric and then kind of embellished it with candy, like she took jelly beans, like yellow jelly beans, and made like a flower shape.
Flowers.
It was not good.
Yeah.
That is so classic her.
Exactly, as we saw. And just so you guys know, like Lauren said, she just basically used the umbrella fabric for the top
Right.
and the bottom,
And then she thought it was really clever. Sorry, I feel mean, but she thought it was really clever that she took the Dylan's Candy Bar rain boots, cut them into booties, which didn't really look like booties, and it just made the whole outfit look so like juvenile to me. It was not sophisticated at all, and the fit of the dress, even though she just used the umbrella fabric, was like not good. And Nina Garcia made a good point. Said if you would have just, or I think it was Nina, she said she would have just taken the stripe logo of Dylan's Candy Bar, which is like a multicolor stripe, and covered that with candy, it would have at least been cool because it is a nice color combo. But she just took the fabric and made it look like a dress. It was
well, I think Michael Kors said she's more of a decorator.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
not a designer.
and she was
No.
like, I disagree.
And then the
Right.
whole time, what was like?
She
Lo,
just
what-
kept making excuses about her time constraints. She's like, well, if I had more time, I would have done this, this, and that. And I love that Nina Garcia called her out on that.
Yes.
And said, you know, all of the other designers have the same time constraints that you
Yes.
have.
Yeah.
We're getting tired of the excuse. She said this last week.
Yeah.
So she can't be using this excuse all the time. And she does it and she rolls her eyes at the same time.
Yeah.
And it's a little annoying.
so
Yeah.
irritating.
So
Yeah, makes you not want to root for her.
Right. And like I said this last week and I stick by it. She works the way she works and how she just kind of goes with the flow and then changes her mind at the last minute. If you're somebody that cannot commit to your design and have a clear vision and go for it and own it, you will not last in this competition. It just can't happen.
It's going to be hard for other people
Right.
to like want to root for you when you don't even really know what vision you're going for. So
Yeah.
I agree.
She said right when she went to the runway, she was like, well, you know, it's okay. She said, I just had to get something out there and I did that.
Yeah.
And it's like, well,
That was
that's
obvious.
not great.
I don't
Yeah.
think she was a good fit for the show.
No.
I can't believe that there aren't more talented people out there that could have had this
She's-
position.
yeah.
I hate to be really mean, but it's just so unimpressive to begin with.
Right.
I feel like she slipped through the cracks, not to be mean, but that's how it feels.
Yeah,
in
like
my-
how did she get on this show?
Yeah.
I don't know.
what she's.
I'm sure there's designers at home really angry that they're not
Yeah.
there instead of her.
Totally.
True.
All right, let's move on to our best before we announce who won and lost.
Mm-hmm.
The three top people were Sanji, Ven, and
Yes.
Gunner.
Right.
Sanji, let's start with her. She had the mermaid aquatic, very colorful white,
loved
blue, turquoise dress. Really cute.
Very cute. And she used the gummy sharks for like, it almost looked like a statement piece necklace. And the structure was really interesting. And the judges really liked that she used many different kinds of candy, especially Dylan, that she was the guest host. She loved the different use of candy. Like some people only use 2 different types, and she used so many, and it really like meshed well together, I thought.
Dylan, let me mention, you guys, just for those at home, Dylan Lauren, who's Ralph Lauren's daughter, she owns Dylan's Candy Bar, was the guest judge. Sorry, forgot to mention that. So obviously she has the fashion influence. Her dad's a huge designer.
Yeah.
And she provided the material.
Yeah.
Correct.
So I thought that was cute.
Yeah, I agree with you, Lauren. I think the structure was great. I think I would almost say that this one was my favorite look. I do like that she used a lot of different kinds of candy, but stayed in her color scheme.
Yeah.
And it created a lot of really interesting textures throughout her look. I love the shape of it. I love the back of it.
They liked the back too, the judges.
I too love the neckline. I mean, that's so on trend right now. I mean, you see that in stores. I thought it was great. I thought it looked, I mean, I know it was candy, but I thought it looked like it could be wearable.
It did.
You know?
It was an adorable dress. They said it was perfectly made. Every angle is good. I mean, what else do you want to hear?
And the only thing they didn't like was they didn't like that she styled it with that little hat. It made her look like a 50s diner waitress,
I
they said.
agree.
But
That
was minuscule compared to the work she had done on the dress. So I think that was a little irrelevant, but she still did great. And she came in second. So
Cute dress. It fit amazing.
Yeah.
I'd wear it. I don't know. I like it a lot.
I liked it.
All right. We move on to Gunner. He had the black and white checkered dress with a little peplum. Is that what you call
peplum,
it?
a little peplum skirt.
Yes.
Yeah, kind of sticks out from a high waist. It's very cute.
Okay, ladies, what'd you think?
I liked it.
I liked it too. Yeah. I liked the pattern that he did. I liked how he accessorized and styled it. I thought it was like he put extra thought into it, but at the same time, he still kept it fairly simple. And it looked classy.
I like that. I like simple. I don't like, it's hard for me to wear like crazy patterns or crazy bright colors. I try and make myself do that because I feel like my wardrobe's like gray, but and it is. But I liked that because it was black and white, and I just think it's so classic. But it was fun. The pattern was fun, and the peplum skirt was very now, and it fit the model great. So I liked it.
He really utilized the candy.
Yeah,
What more could you ask for?
Yeah.
He had licorice earrings, for God's sake.
Yeah, I almost didn't even notice the licorice earrings though.
No.
Because they were black, so they didn't stand out too much. It just looked like an earring, but I kind of like that. I like that it didn't pop out and I knew she had candy on her
You have
ears.
to appreciate it. I mean,
that's
that's
what we're
hard
saying.
work.
Everybody's outfit that didn't look like candy is what we kind of really liked.
Right,
Exactly.
that's
And the
true.
judges too.
Yeah.
And last but not least this time is Ven.
My favorite.
Oh my God, you guys, if you didn't see this, it was a beautiful asymmetrical mini dress. Strapless that he compared to stained glass.
And that's what it looked like.
What did you guys think?
He outlined all of his sections with like thin black licorice, so it really like looked like the leading in between stained glass. And then he crushed rock candy, so he even transformed the candy he was given into like something else. Used that in each like section of licorice that he made and turned it into the rosette design that he's been using, which I love. It's in the dress fit perfectly. I would totally wear it. The pastel colors Nina Garcia said were spot on trend.
Right.
I loved it. He was amazing. Amazing. I love him. I think he's going to win the whole thing.
Yeah.
But we'll save that for predictions.
Yes. I agree with you. I could see him winning the entire thing, but I think what I like about him is that the moment he walked into the candy store, he straight out said, I look at this candy and I think stained glass. He had this vision right off the bat.
Right
away.
I think that's why he works so well.
Yeah.
You know, he's creative, he can think quickly, and he can execute. He's very skilled. The dress was pretty gorgeous.
Yeah.
I like the rosette look, but again, I kind of want to see something different. He did it last week, you know. This is only the second week. Like, let's see something new, you know.
Yeah.
But aside from that, it was still gorgeous, and it was the best fitting dress I think that walked down.
Yeah.
I like that he did crush the rock candy, so it didn't pop out too much.
Yeah.
It didn't look heavy. It looked lightweight. I like the top with kind of like the jagged neckline, and that it was somewhat geometric, you know, with all the different lines, but at the same time, he did do the rosette, so it kind of created a circular pattern.
And it was
too,
a little feminine with the color. Yeah.
I think this is
great.
unfair, you guys. Ven is sick. This guy has so much skill and creativity, and I mean, it's beyond me. He mentioned he went to FIT. He won all 4 awards in his class.
Which has never been done.
Which has never been done. My only concern is he's so boring and blah. And even when he's talking about it,
he's like the silent.
I think I'm gonna win this.
I know, right? And then when he won the challenge, he walked into the room and he's like, "Hey guys, I won."
And I know this is so stupid, but his overplucked eyebrows really bug me.
I didn't notice that.
They have these like perfect arches.
I didn't notice that either.
You guys, he gets them threaded. I guarantee it.
You're
He's some kind of
think so.
Indian.
And they like to use the
like,
thread. Yeah.
They like to groom.
Dude, you're so right.
You're
I'm looking
going
at
on
that.
Project Runway. You have to get your eyebrows threaded.
Oh.
Am I going to hell for that?
No,
Or
you're not. You're
No,
probably
no.
100% right.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
just
right.
saying.
His eyebrows.
It's not a bad
I didn't
thing.
really think about that.
I'm going to look at that next time.
You know what, though? It's hard for me to see much past his ego because as great as he is, you guys, he knows he's great and he's mentioned it in both episodes.
But
he just keeps bragging about it.
I think he's like the silent warrior. Like, he's like the I don't know.
Right.
He comes out of
He's like
nowhere.
the silent killer.
Yeah.
He is YSL reincarnated, you guys. He has to have. Who wouldn't? If I could do that,
I like
Oh,
it.
but can you just be a little bit more humble? He gets in front of the camera and he just like,
I won
I've
this
won this
award,
award and I won that award.
You're right.
And I look around and everybody's so crafty.
Except I will say
But I'm
this,
so
on reality
great.
TV, they always ask people usually
True.
like, tell us awards you've won. And then they make you say a complete
Sure.
sentence like, the awards I won are, and so it ends up making you look kind of.
Right. It might have been brought out of him
might have
versus
been.
him just kind of offering that information.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, great tidbit. You guys,
Whatever.
everything is edited.
Yeah.
So you can't always.
Except for us.
We're not edited.
No.
live.
unedited.
But I'm not gonna say he's my favorite person. I'm Team Kuan, but
Right.
Oh.
his work, whew,
Right.
you got to
Yeah.
give it up.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Wow, wow.
he's very skilled. I will say he's one of the best, if not the best.
Yep.
But
Sublime,
we'll see.
great taste.
Yeah, we have to
stunning, flattering, on trend.
Right.
Those are all words the judges use.
Yeah.
Exquisite.
But all it takes is a couple of mess ups here and
It
there.
takes one mess
It can
up.
happen.
It takes one mess up
That's
because
true.
I read Heidi Klum saying, you know, this is a week to week challenge. So even if someone does well in one challenge, the next week, unless obviously you're immune because you won first, you can. I mean,
Yeah,
you can
that's
go
true.
home.
We saw that
Right.
every season.
So
All right, let's get to the big news, you guys. Winner and loser. Let's start with the bad news.
Ooh, go ahead.
All right, you guys, this didn't come as a shock to us.
No.
Bye-bye, Lanty. What do you guys think?
Boo-hoo.
I think I called it last week. I was ready for her to go.
Yeah.
I'm glad. We don't need
too.
her.
I don't
We
even.
don't need her.
She was lame. Sorry.
Lame.
Lanty.
Lame Lanty.
Go home. Stick to your
I'm saying,
decorating.
you know, I felt bad for her, and I hate to say it, but it just her attitude ruined it too.
Yes.
Her like hoity-toity attitude.
she needs to eat some humble pie and get herself together because she doesn't have the taste
faux show.
or the skill.
Right.
Sorry, Lanty.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, and our winner, I mean, it was pretty darn obvious.
Right.
Then.
Team Ven.
And didn't he just jump for excitement when they said that? He said,
That's what I said.
I won.
thank you.
He walked into the room and
I'm
went,
really excited.
"Hey guys." Well, you know, he's trying to be humble or whatever, and he's obviously kind of a quiet guy. But yeah, okay, fine. Maybe it could be a little more exciting, but you know what? He lets his work speak for him.
I agree.
Okay.
He's great. I'm not, putting him down. I'm not putting down his style. But you're right. He lacks a little bit of personality. And so far, what I've seen, he's a little egotistical.
He's a little ho-hum, but I like his dresses. So
He's
that's
the
all that
one
matters.
to see.
He is the one to see, and he
Yes.
is so good. I wouldn't be surprised if Heidi was walking down the Emmy red carpet with a Ven dress.
Yeah,
I mean, he is sick.
I think so.
So we talked about all that. Let's go to commercial, you guys, and come back with some news and predictions for next week.
Yay.
Hey there, good buddies. The handle's Woolly Bear. I'm a truck driving man, but I'm not that old school kind of truck driving man, no. I like to listen to podcasts while I'm driving through these great United States of ours. And my favorite podcasts in the world are from AFTERBUZZ TV. And why? Because AFTERBUZZ TV's like a post-game wrap-up show for all your favorite TV shows. Like Jersey Shore, Dancing with the Stars, Mad Men, and a whole truckload more. I like listening to my Gossip Girl podcast, catching up with all my fellow fans and getting all the latest news and gossip. No, I got some strong opinions. And AFTERBUZZ TV lets me share those opinions with thousands of other listeners. Woo-wee, what a feeling. I used to doze off on those lonely stretches of road. And don't worry, I got the cruise control. But now I'm wide awake and listening to all the AfterBuzz TV goodness. Check them out. Give them a holler. And tell them the old Woolly Bear sent you.
All right, guys, we are back. Yes. And I'm hoping that everybody listening and watching are big fashion fans just like us, because we want to talk some fashion. And Lo, you brought an article, right?
I did.
Or editorial?
Yeah, I brought a picture, and I hope you guys could see this. So this is Katie Holmes, and this is her on the cover of C Magazine.
She looks gorgeous.
She does look gorgeous, and I have a few other images of her.
Give it to the old. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
That'll
okay.
look. Hold it up higher.
Reading your mind.
And you
go.
guys, we will try to have JPEGs up for you
Yeah.
guys next time. So please excuse us and enjoy these.
Yeah, I love this one. So Katie Holmes actually did this photo shoot the day before she filed for divorce from Tom. So it was really interesting to kind of see her just before that's happening. She looks quite calm. Yes.
She does.
Yes. And what's exciting.
And Katie's quite the fashionista. And why are
She
we
is.
talking about Katie Holmes
We're talking
tonight?
about her because you know why? We are going to see her sometime in the season. I don't know when, but it was reported that her first day back from work after all of this divorce chaos was her taping Project Runway. So I'm excited to see her, a guest judge, and I'm going to guess that she's going on because she is preparing to do her, I guess, 4th season of her clothing line.
Yeah.
Holmes and Yang.
AfterBuzz TV exclusive.
That's right. You heard it here first, folks.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
you
my
guys.
guess.
So, and Katie's going to be a guest judge. Sorry to plug this, you guys, but my Twitter question tonight was, who do you want to see as a guest judge on Project Runway? So let me know what you guys think. Leave comments. My pick is Kanye West. He's quite the fashionista.
Yeah, with his new line. That would be awesome, right?
You know what? He's like this rapper who's amazingly, like, he has this amazing taste and talented. So I'm going to see him.
That would be a cool
Yeah.
judge, for sure.
That would be a good judge.
All right, on to more news.
And
Lauren.
yes, I have that. Project Runway has some Emmy nods this year as normal, and they have 4 nominations this year, but they do none for Heidi Klum, none
was
for like
bummed.
host or anything. But what they did get recognized for was best cinematography for a reality program. They got best director for a nonfiction program and best picture editing for reality program, and their big one was outstanding reality program. And I think, you know, it is really good. It's very very like addicting, and I think it definitely has a chance to take some Emmys home this year.
reality program for a competition.
Oh, competition.
Right.
Yes, that's right. Right. That's
So,
specifically
yeah.
competition. And then just a little couple side notes here. First of all, if you didn't know this, fans, and I'm sure the ones that have seen Project Runway, everyone out there maybe knows this, but this is round 2 for Gunner. He was already on the season, I think, prior to this.
Yep.
And now he's back, and I think he's doing well. So I think that's an interesting fact. And also, we don't know when this happens, but
Dun, dun, dun.
sometime during this season, 2 designers on the same night. Now, they get up and they leave the competition in the middle of the night. They don't tell anybody. And apparently Heidi was being interviewed about this, and she doesn't think that they like conspired to leave together. She feels that they both weren't really being able to make it work, which is Tim Gunn's like famous saying. And she just said they got up and left. And obviously in the past, there's been contestants that have had to leave for like emergency reasons or whatever, but it wasn't like a secret in the middle of the night. And basically the producers and staff like found these people and off camera and to make sure that they were okay and like nothing happened. But that it was just basically left at that because they all kind of felt like it was very immature and very weird
How
that they left that way.
mysterious.
So I am going to be very interested to see who these designers are, and I'm going to start to try and like predict
Let's
who they
make
are.
that tonight's
Let's
prediction.
make that tonight's
Yes.
prediction. Like, let's try and figure out. I don't know what episode it happens on, but I'm going to try and start to feel like.
Well, Lauren, you
Yeah.
brought it up, so give us your predictions.
All
Who
right,
do you
we're-
think is going to walk out mid-season?
So we're gonna do predictions right now.
Let's do some
do
predictions,
it.
you guys.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV
Dun, dun, dun.
predictions.
All right, guys, I am going to start this prediction. I am going to say that we're predicting right now who is going to get up and leave in the middle of the night. There's 2 designers. I'm going to go Andrea because I think she might just like lose it. She gets flustered and I think she might just like lose confidence and just go. I'm going to say her, and I'm going to go maybe, you know what? Maybe Gunner, because he gets this could change, but right now I'm going to say Gunner because he gets so like
dramatic.
So dramatic and so overwhelmed and like caught. I think maybe he might just like pull the, oh my God, I don't know what to do, and just gets up and leaves. That's me.
Right.
Good guesses.
I'm gonna go with Alina because we definitely saw her dramatic side
boy.
today.
Good call.
How easily she just kind of falls to tears. And if a glue gun can get her, I mean, I don't know that she can last the rest of the season.
Good call.
Good.
Gunner,
good
I
call.
like that because he is super dramatic. Andrea could be her, but I just don't know that she's going to make it to mid-season.
Maybe not.
So I think my next guess, gosh, it could be, I'm going to go with Buffy. Why not?
Buffy. Okay.
I don't know. Just a wild card for me.
Hey.
Who knows?
All right, you guys. I'm gonna agree with you, Lauren and Andrea.
Yeah.
She's a little bit older. Well, she's the oldest contestant.
Yes.
She's not in her comfort zone. I feel like if she makes it, she's gonna walk out. And my wild card, you guys, is Raul. We don't hear a lot about him, but I know he's really a menswear designer.
True.
The first challenge when he wasn't doing so well, he was very standoffish, and so that's my wild card.
Okay, I like
Andrea
that.
and
That's a good
Raul.
one.
So
I think that could be very possible.
Yeah.
that's my guesses, you guys. Tell us what you think, you guys. Again, go to iTunes, comment on our YouTube. We want to hear what you have to say, and call in, you guys.
Call in.
Also, tweet us.
Tweet us.
You guys, I'm at _Alina23. Let's keep this convo going. Tweet me. Let me know what you think. Lauren?
I'm Lauren Leonelli, and you can find me on Twitter at Lauren Leonelli or on Facebook, the same name.
Lo.
And I'm Lo_Valles, LO_VALLES on Twitter.
All right, you guys, have a fashionable week. We appreciate all your support.
Comment. We want to hear
Comment.
from you. And we'll see you next week.
Thanks, you
See you
guys.
next week, guys.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.